That's us done.
Hey! We're back. Today we have a guest star. Deborah the Wingmare Spider. She's babe.
Oh, there's one on this side as well. You've got a buddy.
Let's call you...
Oh, and so topical.
Jeremy and Deborah.
The car
Welcome
spiders.
to that one's... He's a pretty big one. Yeah.
We saw Spider-Man.
Yeah. We did. The Homecoming.
The Homecoming.
Version. Variety.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So, there's been so many adverts and so many promos and so much stuff.
Trailers and...
So much. Ridiculous posters. So many things. Which told the story pretty well.
Yeah.
If you've seen a trailer, that's the story of it.
I mean, something happens. He gets a suit.
Yeah. So
Tony Stark says, if you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
And that's the story.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, the Vulture's there. Michael Keaton plays the Vulture character, the antagonist, who he collects parts. He scavenges like a vulture. You know, Ultron parts, whatever, fancy parts. And that's bad, don't do that. And yeah, Spider-Man doesn't want to do that.
Nope.
We don't get that much. I enjoy Tom Holland.
He is cute as a little Cadbury button.
So cute. So cute.
Bless him.
Such a cutie. I really liked him as Spider-Man. I really liked him as Peter Parker.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the idea that he was fun.
Yeah.
And he's just dicking about, but he's doing his thing.
You can tell that everything is new to him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it seems quite genuine. We get a lot of Spider-Man action that is him just not doing it very well.
Yeah, and he's like
falls
falling
over
over
a lot and
just like, you know that he's a child.
Yeah.
He's
and
a
that's
child.
nice.
Yeah.
There's one of the first times that we see him as Spider-Man and he's testing out some new web slinging stuff. And he shoots and I think he just misses, but he still jumps and he just falls on the floor. It was great. There were so many bits like that where he's not good at it yet. That was good. I enjoyed him. I feel like the only other person to talk about is Michael Keaton. I know that Robert Downey Jr. is there, but Robert Downey Jr. is playing Robert Downey Jr. We know that. Move on.
Yeah.
Keaton was great. He's a great actor. He's creepy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a creepy man.
Which worked.
Completely worked. Yeah. He did well in explaining his motives. And they were reasonable. They weren't that bad.
There's a little twister-rooney in there with him.
Though I feel like I already knew that, and I don't know why I knew that.
It wasn't overly surprising, but it was kind of like,
yeah, I'm in, yeah.
She's like, not exactly what we thought.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. So I mean, if you knew nothing about anything, it would be a big surprise for you, and it would be quite nice. But
yeah.
I think it's been hinted a lot online. So if you
if
you
how
read
much you
things,
follow.
yeah.
Another thing about knowing nothing. This assumes that you know who Spider-Man is because you do know who Spider-Man is, and you do know his origin. They touch very lightly, and I think in quite a classy way, about Uncle Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Without even saying his name, like, they just add it in there, which was great. About him getting bit by a spider, that was all of a couple sentences.
And making sweet and sour sauces for the family.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. It was touched on. That's all we need, that good rice action.
Yeah.
That's why she's so sad.
I really enjoy rice.
Me too.
Do you know what would make that film better?
Rice.
Rice.
A side of rice.
A side of rice.
A side of rice, 11 out of 10.
Tom Holland eating rice.
Tom Holland eating rice. I mean, the rest of the cast were good. All of the young actors were great, I think. I think they did do a good
very
job. Funny. Even some of the smaller parts. Even some of the non-talking parts, really. Very funny. I think they lucked out with cast. Because it wouldn't have landed. Zendaya's character, Michelle. That has a little bit of development, I guess.
She's just like a nice little... You're funny, well done.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she's-
She had quite a few funny moments, really,
She's a nice little addition.
and they were more realistically funny as opposed to his best mate being a bit of a caricature.
Yeah.
Like, he was still funny. He was still definitely kind of comedy relief, but
It wasn't like typical Marvel jokes as well, which was
that's what it is. That's why
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah.
because it was like refreshing to see something that wasn't just standard Marvel jokes. And we
I
had
can't even tell you a Marvel joke because they're shit. Marvel films are not very good at being funny.
Why did the captain cross the road
Why?
to get to America? Captain America. That's the level of jokes. I mean, that was a good one.
Yeah. I was expecting a pun,
That was
but
one.
I don't.
America was the pun.
There you go. America's a joke.
Oh, I feel that's really. Oh, I'm sorry. If
No.
anybody from America watches this, I'm really. I just.
Chris
realised
Evans,
what I
if you're
said.
watching this, I'm so sorry.
But you are funny.
Chris Evans is very
You're
funny. man.
funny.
He's used really well.
We had a bit of everything in that film, really.
Yeah, it was a pretty well-rounded film. I mean, I definitely appreciated the IMAX. I hate that because we go to the cinema so much. We see so many trailers so many times, and we forget a time before the trailer existed.
Yeah.
I remember I don't remember what we watched last.
Remember when Alien was a trailer?
Whatever we watched last, there was a Spiderman trailer, and it was one of the first times watching it in 3D. And I remember being like, "Oh shit, this is gonna look great. This is gonna look great in 3D." And there were some bits that looked really great, really great. I mean, I think we've all had kind of mixed feelings on the amount of him being Spider-Man and swinging about.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of his stunts. I liked a lot of the gymnastics and.
There was a sequence in the middle when he gets stuck somewhere.
Yes.
That I've enjoyed. It was funny. And it was
Yeah.
like, cool. And then it was. I liked it,
Yeah.
That was nice.
I liked all of the
but
action and the stunts.
yeah,
that
I
they did.
I felt a bit underwhelmed when I left. Like, it was good. I liked it. I'd watch it again. It was nice. There were some really good shots and stuff with it. Like, some of the parts were filmed too quickly, and it was a bit like, my brain. But then other bits, it was like, it was quick, and then it like zoomed out, and it was just his hand, and it was like, psh, and
Yeah.
you could just like see. And in 3D as well, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they definitely
They had like a nice combination of stuff.
tried that.
Yeah, like shots and stuff. So it wasn't. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt a bit like, okay, that's that done.
I think for me, it's easily the most rewatchable Marvel film because
yeah.
maybe that's just pooping on the rest of them. But I could probably watch this film again. Probably not in the cinema.
Yeah,
I'm not going to watch it in the cinema. But I would probably buy a fancy Blu-ray just because I think as well it would be quite interesting to see a few of the featurettes and see behind the scenes stuff because they obviously had a great time filming
Yeah.
and doing all the action, some of the
Yeah.
stunts, to see what. I would like to know how much was practical because that's got to be pretty interesting. But
Yeah.
no, I did like the action. I feel like the final fight scene was. You see a good chunk of it in the trailer. You see that. I mean, when I watched the trailer, I thought, oh, that bit's going to be at the end, isn't it? And it is.
Yeah.
The big kind of fight. There's still some great shots in it. We see the Vulture looking like a vulture. That looked great. I think his costume looked well. I liked that whole kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there wasn't.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It was.
There was still some good action. I mean, when they went to Washington, that was really nice. Like Terrell said, we don't really see Spider-Man out of his home.
Yeah.
We don't see him anywhere else. Seeing him in Washington was really cool. So that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the score. I did like the music.
Yeah. It fitted. It was.
Yeah. And I've always liked
It was
the
nice and
Spider-Man
easy.
theme anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They did. I don't want to give any spoilers away. There's a lot of comic stuff that comes out. There's a lot of stuff regarding his suit that comes out, which is great to finally see a lot of it. especially because it's kind of, it gives the idea that there's thousands of possibilities. Here's 3. Here's a couple.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep some tucked away safe for another film. Which is nice. It's good that there's some improvement. The after credit scenes, there's one mid credit scene, then one final after credit scene, and it's I think it's my favourite after credit scene
Ever.
Favourite.
Ever.
It's perfect. It's so good. It's so well fitted.
It's so different.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It doesn't, it's not something where it's like, oh, this is what's going to happen next time.
it's just like,
it's just, this is what the film is.
finished! Yeah.
Yeah. It's you know, like, almost in the sense that it felt almost kind of outside of the Marvel Universe, just in the sense like with Guardians, that it just doesn't feel like it's a part of it.
Yeah.
This one, it didn't feel like he was a part of the Avengers, because that, well, I mean, that's the whole kind of theme of it anyway, but
Yeah.
it did feel like they were separate films but still part of it. Yeah. Like if the Avengers just decided we're not going to make any films anymore, we're not going to have an Avengers film, there could still be a Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
We could still do that. That's fine.
Yeah, I think they're at a position now they can just because like with Spider-Man we had so much of everything in it that people can just have their own stories, and it can all just fit in, and it's all just going to slot in nicely. It's going to come to like 2 years time and we'll watch all of it, and it's going to be great. Everything's going to make sense.
Everything comes together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of we were saying there's such a great cast, and there's so many people that they're not underused, they're used correctly.
Yeah.
But all have potential. Donald Glover's character, I don't want to do any spoilers, but have a Google about Donald Glover's character and what that character has relation to the comics, to the show, because that's, if you haven't already had a look, they do something quite subtle that drops in there that most people probably wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And then it sets it up quite subtly, I think, to what they can do in the future.
I mean, it's quite if you've never seen a Spider-Man film, but you know you've got an idea of Spider-Man, then it's an easy film to watch. It's just, I feel like you could get away with not knowing much about Spider-Man.
Yeah, but then you say that, like, I feel like, what if...
I don't know if that's just because I know about Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, what if in, like, 5 years' time, there's a kid that's, you know, like, 7 years old, and you're like, hey, and they're like, oh, it's the first Spider-Man film, I'll just watch that, and then they try and watch it. It's going to be nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's, as much as it's the first Spider-Man film, it's like Iron Man 3.5. Like, it is.
Yeah. Because, I mean,
it's so got such a...
I guess for Tony Stark, you wouldn't...
It is really... Yeah, he's not too prominent, which I was worried about. I was worried that Tony Stark was going to be overpowering.
I feel like you still need to know what his deal is, though.
Yeah.
Because that's not...
Otherwise, he's just a little bit like
he's really
like a
clear.
genie.
Yeah.
He's like a motherfucking life-saving genie.
It's like, poof!
Just, hey, it's Tony Stark here.
I got my shades on.
I wear a suit every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's not going to be the people that watch it, and it does have enough action, it has enough comedy that even if you don't really know what's going on, which I can't imagine you wouldn't, but...
If you live in a cave.
Still... Yeah,
it's fine.
You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fine to watch.
Yeah.
If you know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Definitely go and watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd rate it. We tried to have predictions going in.
We said minimum 6, and
it was better than a 6. It was better than a 6.
I don't know, 6.5. I would give it maybe. Just because I felt so deflated when it came out, I was kind of just like,
I would give it 7.5. Maybe 8 on IMAX, but 7.5 I think. I really liked it and I was happy with it, but the more I think about it, the less I'm happy with it, the less it feels... It varies, but I like when a film is one cohesive film, and it is, but it isn't. It's like it's been ripped off of something else and put on. Like, it's not quite its own thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like Spider-Man deserved his own thing. Just a little bit more than he got.
Especially Tom Holland.
That would be the main thing. Yeah, he's fantastic. He's really good.
Yeah. Good job. Good job, Tom.
Good job, Tom. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, go and watch it. Look out for Dog Lover. There's a few other references of things, but most important, Stan Lee.
We had a good chunk of him.
We had a lovely. He spoke.
Yeah.
A couple times.
What? Why is he Cockney?
Alright,
guys.
Alright, guys. I think his name was like Gary or something.
Alright, Gary.
Alright,
How's it
alright.
going?
Yeah, he was great. Bless him. He probably filmed that ages and ages ago. Because they did, didn't they? They filmed
Yeah,
like
they're only cameos, isn't they? Like in advance.
5 or 6 or something. So like he's really old.
So just in case I die, alright? Where are you from?
Alright.
Alright. I'm Stan. How's it going?
Stan.
I'm Stan Lee. Why am I Australian? Alright. That's alright.
Stan's gonna love this.
Alright, Stan.
Stan.
Alright, Stan.
Why are you so strained?
Oh, Stanley impressions are my thing.
Clearly.
I take bookings. Alright, I'm Stanley.
But yeah, it's good. Go and watch it.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you for. I was going to say Rise of the Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
All the apes. Catch you later.
Bye.